There are a couple of ways you can go and use PBNs. One way to use PBNs is you go and buy your own PBN domains, PBN sites. You build your own PBN network, your own private block network. It takes a bit of an investment to do that. It's a bit costly compared to the cheaper option of renting PBN links. But I think owning your own PBN, network, at least in the beginning, initial stages, it's much more safer, provided you know what to look for when you buy a PBN site. The other option is, of course, renting PBN links. There are so many PBN vendors out there who rent links out to you. You can rent links like a little less than $1 a link per month to hundreds of dollars per link per month, depending on the site, on the power of the website. But it's a lot more risky because you don't know how much this PBN vendor knows about PBNs or how clean the PBNs are, or if there's any penalty and things like that. So at least initially, and I just buy my own PBNs. I build my own PBN network. So it's a little bit more expensive. But if you invest about $100 to $200, and let's say you buy 5 to 6 PBN domains and you host them in different host accounts, with $200 investment, you can do a lot of damage. When I say a lot of damage, you can rank a local site easily with 5 to 6 good PBN links, PBN sites. You can rank a site and rent it out for $500 a month income, recurring income. So $200 PBN investment, and you make $500 a month, month after month. I think that's an awesome return of investment, right? So you could actually go to different websites. There's expireddomains.net, where you can go and search for PBNs or domains, expired domains, and buy them. Or you can go to registercompass.org. I think registercompass.com and .org both redirect to the same registercompass.com site. That's where I usually go and buy my PBN sites. And I'll walk you through what I'm looking for in a PBN site when I'm buying a PBN. Most of you are looking to see that it's a clean website that's expired or that's in auction right now. And that has non-spammy backlinks going into it. So let's go into registercompass.org or .com and let's go buy some PBNs. Okay, so now we are in registercompass.com. This is how the dashboard looks like. And there's so many different ways, so many different features here. Honestly, I don't know all of the features. I usually go to domain search, click on that. And here you can put different parameters on what kind of a PBN you want to look for, the power and things like that. What I usually do is I search for expired domains or auction domains that have a .com, .net, or .org. You can definitely mess with these. I don't. Once or twice I've tried the .tv, and I've actually got 1 or 2 good PBN sites in the past. But let's say you are in the UK, you could do a .co.uk because that's more of a local site. And right now there are so many more extensions right now. But I usually go with .com, .net, .org. Domain authority, you want to have a domain authority of at least more than 10 for a local site. I put something like 15 to 17, let's just say 15. Page authority, you can leave it blank. I usually put more than 10. Now, mind you, test it out, put different numbers and values in each of these and experiment with it, and you will find your own rhythm, your own pattern. In my case, I've experimented with a lot of these, and I kind of stick to a few numbers, like domain authority is anywhere from 15 to 25. I can get a good PBN site for a good price that has some good power also. Things like that. So just experiment with it. You can buy any of these. You can put all. You can put Namejet, Snap Names, GoDaddy. In GoDaddy, you find expired domains for $12 to a couple of $100. Namejet usually starts with $69. Namejet expired domains are usually a bit more powerful, I've seen. So it is worth putting in, investing $69 to buy one PBN site. But I usually go with GoDaddy most of the time, unless I'm ranking. I need a powerful domain, and I need some real power. But usually a $12 to a $25, let's say $30 PBN site in GoDaddy, that'll really help. That's good enough to rank. Five of those, and you can rank a local site pretty easily. Auction type. I usually go public. You can go buy now. You can go, pre-release. I've never really tried offer. I'm not sure what that is. You could try that, honestly. I just go with public. Expires, you could put anything. I usually put 2 days or 3 days because every 2 to 3 days I go and I keep searching for PBNs. So I usually put 2 days here. You could put 3 days. You could put 2 weeks. It doesn't matter. I usually leave all of these blank. I usually leave all of these blank. Domain age, the more age the site has, the more power SEO wise. So we want to look for at least 4 or 5 year old websites and beyond. So at least 2013 or prior. So domain age is, before 2013. I kind of leave all these blank usually. And then you can put any values here. Like if you want a PBN site which has at least one .edu backlink, you can put that more than or equal to one, right? More than one edu backlinks or more than one .gov government links, and that'll be more powerful, obviously. I'll just leave it blank for now. Trust flow and citation flow. Sometimes I actually leave it blank. Sometimes I just put more than 10. Especially more than the citation flow, I just put trust flow. And all these terms we explain in different videos, so I'm not going to go into detail here. But I just put put some basic values here, and we're going to see if we can find some good expired or auction domains. And so we just go find domains, and we see. So we see here that this filter brought up about 235 auction domains and about 2,500 expired domains and 1,800 expiring domains. In the past, we have ranked sites with expired domains, and I still believe expired domains and expiring domains work in ranking. I usually try to stick to auction domains because auction domains are one that are just, the renewal date just went by, and they're still indexed by Google. And so that's something you want to keep in mind. Basically indexed by Google is basically means, Google recognizes this domain still. It's not de-indexed basically. So I usually go with auction domain. So just click on that. Let's see what kind of sites, PBN sites we come up with. 235 sites. You can go through these one by one and see, what you're looking for. Or you can go and, sort by domain age or sort by price, sort by when expires, things like that. What I usually do is I go through these names and I see if any of these names makes common sense. Like, 975wjjz.com. The chances of it being a real site in the past is slim. It could be a real site, I don't know, and I could probably check it, but I usually skip that. I don't want to waste time. There's such a ton of other sites here we can go through, right? And I go, let's say, activesandals.com. Now this looks like a real site. Activesandals.com. The bidding price is $3, and if you see here, there are 14 people bidding on it. That's another clue you can get. If there are, under this bidder column, if you see people bidding on it, there's a slim chance that there are a couple of SEOs who know what they're looking for, and it's a pretty useful site or a powerful site, and that's why people are bidding on it. And you can go and bid on it also. So what I usually do is I take this, I copy this, and I go to Ahrefs. That's a site where you can go and check the metrics of a site. Ahrefs.com, majestic.com, OpenSiteExplorer.org. These are different sites that you can go and check the metrics of a site to see, how powerful they are. And this is what I usually do. So here I put in the site and I search, and I'll show you what I look for usually. Okay, so let's see. So it comes up, I'm mainly looking for the number of backlinks and the number of referring domains that this site has. So in this case, it has 826 domains and 88,000 backlinks. Now, this is a little too much. It could be a real site. It could be a lot of spam links. I don't know. But at least it's a good number of domains, referring domains, number of domains linking to this site, that there's a decent amount of power. And so I go down, and the next thing I look for is the anchor text that these sites, link to. So if you see here, this is the anchor text in anchor phrases, right? So basically, what this means is this 800 or so sites, out of which 700 are still live, so 700 domains that are linking to this website, they are linking using a variation of these anchor texts, okay? And we want to see if these anchor texts are non-spammy. Right away when I see, it says Reef Sandals, our website is, what's the name for website? ActiveSandals.com. So it was probably a sandal, some kind of a website, either selling sandals or something about sandals. And so this makes sense that, they talk about sandals. But then I see there's about 137 domains that are linking to that website with the anchor text Viagra drink. That's a red signal for me, because that just means it's been spammed, by some spam just spam backlinks. It could be somebody trying to just send a lot of these junk anchors trying to rank for Viagra. Or it might have been already used as a PBN and used to rank for Viagra. So I don't want to go anywhere near anchor text that says Viagra or drugs or porn, stuff like that. 7 Genes looks cool. I mean, looks natural. Stylish 7 Genes looks natural. Everything else looks natural except Viagra. And that's a red signal, right? And so the other thing I can do just to double check is I can go in here and check the backlink profile. I want to see what kind of links, the exact links going into it. And if you see here, this is a site that is linking to our site. This is a site that is linking to our PBN site, and it is linking using the anchor text Viagra drink. This site links using Viagra generic, and all of these have a .se extension, .nu extension. These looks like foreign links to me. I wouldn't even open these sites to see if they are, what kind of sites they are, because there's a ton of other PBN sites out there with clean backlinks. I'm not going to go mess with this and see if it's worth it. It's not worth my time. Viagra, porn, drugs, I'm out. I'm not even going near. Okay, so we're going to skip this one. And what we're going to do is we're going to go and see if we can find a different PBN site that may have some clean backlinks. So let's keep going. So the next site we'll check out and see if it's worth buying is adventuresofben.com. The name sounds like it could have been a real site. It looks like somebody named Ben put up a website either about himself or somebody put up a website about this guy called Ben and his adventures. So we copied that, put it into Ahrefs, and I already did this just to make sure we have, I found a good one before I recorded it. But looks like it has 22 referring domains, 2,000 backlinks. So if you see, does it look natural? So what this says is there are 22 domains or websites that are linking to this site, adventuresofben.com. But it also has 2,000 links. So on an average, each site has 100 links, if I'm not wrong. And that doesn't sound natural to me. But again, this could be like site-wide links. You put it in a footer of a website, and the website has 100 pages. Ahrefs counts each link as 100 Each page is one link basically. So this could be okay. So I'm giving it the benefit of doubt. And what I'm going to check is the anchor text, right? Does this look natural? There are 10 domains linking, with Ben Needle. Looks like Ben's full name, Ben ED. Anchor text Ben, 4 websites linking, and then 3 sites linking with the anchor text adventuresofben.com. So this is what's called a domain, the branded domain, right? Or a naked URL. One about him. So probably he's a aeronautical engineering technologist. I mean, this looks clean. This anchor text ratio looks clean to me. There is no spammy anchor text, right? There's no spammy backlink. There's no Viagra here. There's no, porn or pharmacy or drugs, which are usually the spammy ones. So I'm happy with the anchor text ratio. What I'm going to do now is go check the backlink profile and see what kind of domains are linking, what kind of sites are linking. And if you see here, chrisg.com/5 essential skills looks like a decent site, chrisg.com, feedproxy.google.com, okay, blogspot.com, develop3d.com. And if you see here, right, shortyawards.com, and the title is Ben Needy was nominated. So it was really, really natural. I don't see any totally off the cuff, like I said, some kind of drugs or totally off the cuff spam sites. So I'm okay with that. Once I do that, I can go in a little bit deep and I can open each one of these sites and see what kind of a site is it. Is it really a good site? And it does look like a decent site. So, something about online business and all that, and they click to Ben, okay, and that there's our site. So, okay, it's pretty good website. And you can go through one by one and see how good they are. But if the majority of them is good, it's a good site. I mean, it's a good backlinks going into our PBN site here. The last thing I do is I want to make sure that this PBN site is has not been used as a PBN before, because I want this to have been a real site, because I want to use them as a PBN. I don't want to buy a previously used PBN site and use it as a PBN, right? So what do I mean by that? I want to make sure that in the past, nobody else has bought this site and linked it to their main site with some different content. And I don't want that, right? I want it to be a real site. So I copy this, I go to Google, and I search for something called Wayback Machine. I click on the first link, Internet Archive Wayback Machine, which is basically a tool which gives a snapshot of our website. It basically records every website on the internet, 308 billion pages saved over time, and it gives you a snapshot in time. And I want to browse history, right? And if I see here, it looks like this site, adventuresofben.com, has been from 2008 onwards, and there are different snapshots of it. I want to take the most recent year, 2017 in this case, click on the most recent snapshot and see what it says, what it shows. And when I click on that, let's see what happens. It actually redirects to somewhere else. And that's okay, because this could have been it was not renewed, and so it just redirects to the WP login basically, and that's okay. I'll probably take a snapshot in the middle, and let's see if we can do that. And if I take a snapshot in the middle, this is 2015 September time frame. Looks like a decent site. It's all about Adventures of Ben. But then you see here, 1-line posts, 2-line posts. This to me looks like a PBN site. I mean, the site says Adventures of Ben, but really it talks about a vacuum chamber, it talks about rubber bands, 3D printer, bamboo flute, marshmallow, Tommy gun. It just doesn't make sense to me. There's nothing about Adventures of Ben. To me, this was used as a PBN site before, so I'm not going to touch this again. I'm going to say no, and I'm going to go to the next site. And that's the whole idea. You want to keep going through these till you find a good one and then buy those for you, right? You don't want to buy spammy ones. So it's just a matter of going through these, discarding the ones that are not good and buying the best ones that'll help rank your site. So let's see if we can find a decent one, right? Um, Afghansforpeace.org looks decent to me, though sounds decent to me. I haven't checked it before. Let's take it, put it in our oops, where was that? Copy the wrong one. Afghans for Peace. Put it here in Ahrefs. Let's check the number of domains. 39,000 backlinks. Usually, if it comes in tens of thousands of links and only hundreds of domain, that could be okay. But usually, I think twice. But in this case, the anchor text looks clean. It's all about Afghans for Peace. In Afghans for Peace, community report for Afghans for Peace, Afghan civilians. It's all about something to do with Afghanistan and Afghans and things like that. So anchor text looks okay, pretty decent, pretty clean. I want to go check the backlinks and see what kind of domains are referring to us or linking to our domain. Democracynow.org, worldcan'twait.net makes sense to me. Rethinkafghanistan.com, Huffington Post. Whoa, HuffingtonPost.com is a powerful site, and if this has a link from Huffington Post coming to this site, is pretty good. I don't see any junk sites or Russian sites or Chinese sites or really foreign sites. Not that those are bad, but I steer clear from foreign sites just because I don't know how good or bad they can be. I don't know Russian, I don't know Chinese, and I don't want to take the risk. Like I said, there's a ton of sites out there. So the next thing we want to do is let's take this, put it in our Wayback Machine, and see what kind of site it was. Was it used as a PBN before? Was it a real site that just expired and they didn't renew it? This looks okay to me. So the most recent, it looks like nothing was there. Let's go 1 year back. Let's see. Payday loan check. Okay. Okay, so this payday loans is it's nothing to do with Afghanistan, and payday loan is a pretty big term that a lot of SEOs go after to rank and make money. So this may have been used as a PBN before. Let's go 1 more year previous to see how it was there. Afghans for Peace, nothing found. One of the things I do is I go to Google. I put the site and I see if it's indexed. So site : afghansforpeace.org. It is indexed, so that's good. And the other thing I do is I search within double quotes, which basically shows me all of the links that are linking to this site that are still indexed. So in this case, if you see there was a Twitter page. Let me open the Twitter page. There was a Facebook page. There's YouTube videos published in 2010. WikiLeaks. Okay, that's a pretty powerful site. WikiLeaks has a saying. So this was definitely a well-established real website in the past. I just want to make sure that if it was used as a PBN recently, none of those PBN stuff is indexed. And in my case, it looks like none of it was indexed, right? There is some minor, oh no, this is not foreign, this is still English. Just talks about Afghans and stuff, okay. If you go here, right, there was an active Twitter feed, a Twitter account, sending out tweets all the way up till 2013. So, that looks good. That's a good sign. Okay, it was used actively. 4,900 people like this page, follow this page. 4,500 people follow this page. It's all about Afghanistan. The last post was 2013. This is an awesome site that even though it may have been used as a PBN after 2013, there is no trace of it. So we can definitely go and buy this domain from obviously the price is $195. If you want to spend that, you can spend that. It doesn't, it's up to you. If you see here, let's see the domain authority. So the domain authority is 31. That is very, very powerful. Page authority is 42, which is pretty good. A lot of these links we saw in Ahrefs already. Let me close these other sites that we don't need. So we go to Ahrefs. The other thing you can also do in Ahrefs is go to anchors, and this gives in a pretty good format the list of anchors, anchor text, right? It's all about Afghans for peace and about Afghanistan and things like that. So I would probably buy this site. I would probably buy this PBN site. Now, of course, it's not in the price range that I would prefer, but $195 for this powerful site, you can use it to rank 3, 4, maybe even 5 sites. It'll probably be a good tool in your PBN network to use, and I would definitely I would consider buying it if I have a good client or if I know I can make some money from a good rental site. So, but basically, this is how you look into buying a PBN site. It's all about checking to see the anchor text going into the website, checking to see if it is indexed by Google, checking to see what kind of domains are linking to the website, to this website basically, and also checking to see the Wayback Machine to see it was not used as a PBN before. And in this case, all of this has passed, so it looks good to me, and I'll probably go buy it. And then all I do is right click on this, click on go to domain auction. It'll redirect me to GoDaddy. I'll log into GoDaddy and I'll put a bid on it. And once I put my bid on it, it says this. Let's see, how many days for the auction to expire? 1 day and 11 hours and 58 minutes. The auction expires. When it expires and you are the highest bidder, you win the domain. You own the PBN, and then you can. In the next video, I'll show you how you can get the domain and make it into a good-looking website, and then link it to our money site. With that, we're done with this video on PBNs.